Hey, welcome back to another episode on our Get Corporate Clients Now live stream series. We're here every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, covering various different topics on helping you and your organization get into more corporations. My name is Kirsten Allen. If this is your first time meeting me, you are in for a treat. We always have some good conversations during these talks, as well as other ways that I engage in all social media platforms. I am a strategist and consultant that works with organizations to help them to translate their expertise into a corporate contract, giving them the pathway to finding the right contacts, the right companies to work with, and giving them the pieces in place that they need to have to even be considered to get corporate contract opportunities. I am masterful at being able to navigate the language and also giving you the processes that I know work to get into organizations. Little background on me: I sold B2B for majority of my career. It was my first foray into corporate America, and I was selling to organizations, B2B, traveling across the country, selling products and services, and learning how to master this language. And when I sat down and looked at how many deals that I'd done in the course of my career, it's well over $16 million. And honestly, I did not take that into account until I did an exercise and really looked at what I created for those organizations. And those same tactics that created that is what I have now put the entrepreneur lens on to be able to help you as well. All right, so let's get into the topic for today. I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of insight of what we're doing with our clients right now as we move into the holiday season. So one of my main strategies that's like the bread and butter is to do direct outreach. I believe making contact and conversation is how you close contracts. So that is always running in the background, but obviously, as we get into the holiday season, some of that is going to be inherently slower. It's nothing that you're doing. It's nothing that could be done better. People are going to start dropping off the map, right? So with that being said, these are some hidden ways or 3 ways to tap into some contracts that aren't the typical outreach, but can help to stabilize some of the contacts that you're making and give you additional opportunities so that you can still be moving the ball forward, even if one particular way of outreach is a little slower. And so I want to also preface this too with that piece of you always want to have multiple ways that you're connected with decision makers. So yes, email is great. Like I said, it works, is something that can stand the test of time. I'm sure where I used to work, the Fortune 500 job I had, I'm sure they're still doing these strategies because it works. And they were doing it before I got there. So yes, but you always want to have multiple different things working for you. So if you're only doing emails, then that is definitely you're going to see a difference, especially as we move into the end of the year. What you want to do is have multiple pods, is what I call it, of ways that you are pulling people in and letting them know about the services that you can provide. Okay. So first way that we're going to talk about that I'm telling clients to focus on right now is their certifications. So if you're not already certified, there are so many different ones: minority, small business owner, women-owned, whatever you qualify for as the business. Make sure that you have those certifications. Now, generally speaking, you aren't going to do a certification and then all of a sudden get flooded with opportunities. That's not how it works. It's more of a door opener. So especially as responses are slowing down, you have a little bit more downtime as you are still keeping that outreach, but you may not have as many calls going on right now and things of that nature. Focus in on that certification piece. This is going to open doors up for you wide open. If I think about the organizations that I'm currently certified with and recommend for my clients, the contacts, the opportunities in there, when you know how to work them, are beyond what you could ever email or even have contact with people directly one-on-one. And so getting in those types of spaces are going to be important as we move into a new year, and especially if corporate contracts is on your radar. So first one is certifications. There's WBENC, which is the Women's Business Enterprise Organization. There are so many others that you can just Google. In addition to doing the certifications, you also want to look at getting set up in the vendor portals that are local to you or relevant to your space. So wherever you live, whether it is the city, local, state government, or even the federal government, they have some type of vendor procurement portal that you could be a part of. Corporations have them as well. When you sign up to these portals and you put in your information, your vendors, your NAICS codes, all of those things, you get flagged for opportunities that fall within your core capabilities and your competencies. So take this time. If you have a list of dream companies that you want to work with, go ahead and get inside of their supplier diversity portals, their procurement portals, so that you can be able to be tapped for these opportunities, especially if they have a need. They're going to go to the portal. They're going to filter down based on NAICS codes and reach out to those who may be a good fit. So paperwork stuff, get that out the way now. So next year, you don't have to worry about it. You already have it set up. You're in the portals, you're in the spaces, and you're ready to get tapped for opportunities while you're doing outreach. So this stuff, it just costs you getting it set up once and making sure that you have the paperwork and things in place. Just to give you a little preface, if you do go the certification route, many of those certifications take 30 to 60 days to process. So you want to make sure that you're getting in now with all the appropriate paperwork so that your process can be seamless. And again, you start the year with that already checked off your box. Vendor portals are typically very quick. You fill in your information. They ask, about your EIN, just basic business information. You fill that in for those particular companies, sign in, and typically that is all that you need to do unless there's some type of back-end verification. That way, you now have, again, those opportunities already set and done. So that's your first thing. Second thing that I'm advising clients to do right now is to also tap into how can you get some in-person things going on. Again, email, all that stuff is great. Got to be working multiple pods. So with that respect, think about what organizations have your decision makers a part of it. We are always a part of these entrepreneur groups and all of those things. Let's get inside of the groups with those decision makers. So what are the associations? What are the chambers or chapters that you need to be a part of where your decision makers will be? And how can you not only be a part, but how can you be a contributor? Maybe that is writing articles inside a specific publication. Maybe that is submitting a proposal for a workshop topic or a breakout topic. Maybe that's looking at opportunities to be a keynote speaker. How can you get to the forefront in front of these folks and be able to share your brilliance and genius? That is going to put multiple eyes on you at one time, and not just eyes of us networking, but seeing you as that elevated expert. Think about what organizations those are for your particular industry. You can do a Google search, whatever you need to do to find those, and then look for call for speakers or, again, conferences that may be coming up. You might want to go ahead and sign up for those. And there could be opportunities to have sponsorships or vendor opportunities where you can get in front of your decision maker. The name of the game in all of this corporate contract stuff is relationships. Emails and all that stuff work great. Love it. But the quicker you can build a relationship, the faster you can move an opportunity forward. So if you can get in front of folks, that will be leaps and bounds ahead of what most people are thinking about doing yet haven't started yet. Okay. So that is the second one that you want to focus on to find additional opportunities. And then the last one that I'll talk about is your network. So start to tap into people that you already know. Trust me, I promise you, maybe one or two people, but most people have someone in their network that's either a decision maker or connected to a decision maker. This is a good time to start having calls with those folks and let them know, hey, here's what I do. Oftentimes you have these connections. I just spoke with someone about this last week. She had a connection, but she didn't know how to approach it. She didn't know what to ask for. She didn't know who to connect with. And so I gave her a little bit of language around it. And the person was like, absolutely. Like, what are you looking at? Who are you looking to do this for? Is it this group? Is it that group? And I was like, it's both. And so now she has created her own opportunity with someone who she already knew, but didn't register that could be an opportunity to work with that company. I would be willing to bet all of you have at least one person like that in your network. You just need to have clarity on who is that decision maker. And if they're not the specific person, they likely know someone who is. Okay. So connections, referrals, coffee chats with people that already know you so that you can let them know what you're working on, who's a good fit for it, and ask them if they would be willing to make a warm introduction to that person that is a decision maker if it's not them. Okay. So this was short, sweet, to the point. I just wanted to give y'all these 3 things because I know some people are like us, the end of the year, people aren't going to be responding and all the things. This whole thing is an ecosystem. So it's not just one thing. It is, how do you leverage all different opportunities that you have to be able to get in the door where you are saying that you want to be focused on for 2025. So it starts now, right? So we're saying 2025, but the work starts now. These are things that you can be doing right now to set yourself up, because these opportunities do take time to be able to have conversations, to be able to build that rapport, to map out what it will look like to address their issues. And so it's always a good time to get started now. I can't tell you how many people will say, I'm starting this, then I'm like, you could have been getting everything prepared at this point to then start with your first opportunity in said future time. But get the pieces in place and start having the conversations. That's the main thing that I want to share with you guys as we move into a new year. And as many of you all are looking to prioritize corporate opportunities. All right. So with that being said, let me know in the chat what areas you're looking to focus on as it relates to those 3. Those are 3. There are plenty more that you could focus on in addition to doing email outreach that could also get you further and start the foundations for what you choose to pursue in 2025. So let me know that in the chat. And then last thing, for the end of the year, we're not doing a Black Friday sale or anything, but what we are doing is offering the opportunity for done for you services. And so if you are looking for a team to actually offload this outreach for you portion so that you can focus in more on making those direct contacts and doing the things that you can only do, then I want you to send me a DM with DFY, which is done for you, to learn more about our services in that area. It is very limited. We only have a few spots because I want to make sure that this is strictly directed to those who can get the most value out of it, but also be able to deliver a quality service. And so that is something that we are looking to roll out in the new year, and would love to be able to chat with you more about it if it's a good fit for you. We already have some folks that are in the pipeline, so these spots may be gone, but shoot your shot and see how we could potentially support you if you are serious about offloading your outreach and getting done for you support in order to get book calls on your calendar so that you can close some contracts. All right. So until next time, this again was short, sweet, and to the point. I look forward to chatting with you all soon. Choose one of those 3 things to focus on in the slowdown period and ensure that you get yourself set up for success in 2025. All right, y'all. I'll catch you next time.